Today's video is brought to you by Yostar. Greetings and welcome to the channel. I am the Shogun, and today we are going to be going over some of the basics for the new game Azur Lane. I am very excited for this game as it's a bit more involved than some of the other gacha games that I've played, and it is one of the top grossing games in Japan. It's also very active in China. They have done a good number of collabs, and I am super excited to see if we get the Neptunia collab because I love me some Neptunia. So without further ado, let's hop into this. So as you can see, the main screen is pretty busy. There's a lot going on here, and it will be easy to get lost for sure. So along the top, you have your resources, oil, coins, and gems. Oil is going to work as your energy resource. You will need this to go on missions, and it will be replenished via your canteen, which we will get to shortly. Coins are going to be your overall standard currency. These can be picked up for missions, selling gear, decommissioning ships, and via the merchant, which is much like the canteen, and we will visit that momentarily. Gems are going to be your real-life money currency. This will be used to buy store items, skins, resources, and more. The game does give you these pretty regularly, though. So moving down to the bottom, we have the dock. Let's get in here. So the dock is going to be where you can view all of the ships that you have obtained. You can view stats, equipment, limit break enhancements, and interact with your units. So let's get in here with Belfast. So equipment is on the top right. Now the equipment, at first it looks very straightforward. However, there is quite a bit of strategy and synergy with various ships, so you will want to mix and match equipment based on what you are going up against and what works best with what ship and the skills that you're using. So one of the things that I really like about this is that there's a lot more strategy than some of the other games that I've played that are very straightforward. Now, limit break is going to be what you expect it to be. This is going to be you fusing the same ships together. You can increase their star levels as well as increase their stats. Be aware that this also increases their cost to deploy. As you can see here with Belfast, if you limit break her, you will have an extra 1 oil in order to deploy this unit. Now, the one cool thing about this is that if you tap to preview, you can see exactly what the attacks are going to look like after you limit break them. So down along the bottom there, you'll see torpedo base +1, torpedo preload +1, torpedo efficiency +10%. So this is what you get when you limit break to the second tier, along with all of the stats that you get. So let's back out of here and go to enhancement. Now, enhancement is just what it sounds like. On this option, you can use fodder ships to increase the stats of the currently selected ship. This will boost your firepower, torpedo, reload time based on the XP bars. If I were using, let's say, an aircraft carrier, the aviation would go up. So you're going to use fodder ships here, and let's do a little bit. I'll show you a little bit about this. We are going to enhance Belfast. I haven't enhanced her, so let's just use, this is a destroyer, and we want somebody else that is similar so that we get the stats up that we want. If you look down in the bottom left hand, this will show you what it is that you are increasing. So let's give her that one and a Kent. So this is going to increase your fire rep, torpedoes, and reload. Because she doesn't have aviation, adding in an aircraft carrier is going to be pointless. So confirmed and enhanced. Now, if you look up here at the top, we did increase that firepower, so that gave us a +2. Torpedo, we didn't finish that out, so we didn't get anything. In reload, we got +1 because we leveled up. So right there, you've got that. So that's enhancement. Now, one of the things is when you decommission those ships into enhancement, you will get the equipment that you got from them. So I like to keep 2-star equipment, and you can recycle these and get coins afterwards. Now, down along the bottom, you can see the unit's skills. Belfast has burn order and smokescreen. From here, you can level these up, and it will take you to the academy. When clicking on the skills, it will tell you what they do. Burn Order increases your damage by 15% and sets enemies on fire. This is a pretty solid skill for sure and would be fantastic to level up. Now, moving back to the main screen, your next tab is your storage tab. And well, this is where you store stuff. Gear designs and items are stored here. This is also where you can recycle your old unused gear for coins. So if we go to recycle, as you can see, we have a lot of 1-star equipment that we're not using, and it's just taking up space. If you click on recycle and then select some gear, you can scrap it for coins. Now, you will want to keep some of this around until you have more equipment, because having even 1-star equipment on your units is better than having no equipment. So you will want to make sure that you're recycling things as you get further and further into the game and better equipment. Under the Design tab, you will see blueprints for new gear. Once you have obtained the required amounts of blueprints, you can then construct that equipment. It will cost you coins to finish it, but it is definitely worth it. The Items tab, well, it's where your items are. When you get equipment boxes for missions or battles, they will show up here, as well as your skill books and other various items. As you can see, you will want to make sure you are checking here for any stray gear boxes so that you can keep your ships up to shape. The Academy is going to be where you are able to upgrade your merchant and canteen, as well as use the tactical classroom to upgrade your ship's skills. The merchant can be upgraded at certain level intervals, and it provides coins per hour, and as you level it up, both the coins per hour and the storage capacity increases. This is similar with the canteen. You will want to make sure that these are your top priority upon hitting the next level marker, as these are going to be very important to making sure that you have the right amount of resources. For the tactical classroom, this is going to be where you are going to level up your skills. Earlier, we were looking at the skills for Belfast, so let's take her to school. When you level up a skill, you will want to use a corresponding color skill book to get a bonus to the XP given to that skill. Burn Order is an offensive skill, so using a red offensive skill book will provide you with 150% XP. As you can see, the one in the middle is the one that you will want to use. This does take some time though, 4 hours to be exact, but you will gain 300 XP towards that skill. Obviously, the higher you want to take the skill, the more resources and time you will have to invest. You can also access the supply shop here. There are 2 tabs, the guild shop and the munitions shops. The guild shop will be various items purchasable by coins or gems and will reset on a set timer. You can also refresh it ahead of time. However, that is going to require you to use gems. The munitions shops will use PvP resources or merit. As you can see, I have been doing a little bit of PvP, so I have 660 merit. This can buy me some T3 equipment boxes. Additionally, you can buy units here. However, they're a bit pricey, so it is going to take some time to get those. Let's go to the dorm. The dorm is where you will be able to passively level up your units, as well as increase affinity and, well, play interior decorator. Now, when you start, you are going to have a very small rundown space. This will be upgradable as you go. The area uses furniture coins as currency to expand and buy decorations to increase the comfort and look of your dorm. As you can see, the happiness provided by the comfort will give you a bonus to the XP that your ship girls receive while in the dorm. One of the other aspects of the dorm is that you will want to send ships here after they are suffering from low morale. As your ships go into battle, they will lose morale. This will regen over time naturally, but putting them in the dorm will increase the rate at which they regen. The mission tab will be where you can find your main side daily, weekly, and event quests. This is very similar to other games of this type in that you will have a list of things to do daily for resources. As you can see here, I restocked the snacks in my dorm one time, so I get some furniture tokens as well as more snacks. If you use your 20 snacks every single day, you will always be at neutral. So you basically get 20 free snacks just by feeding your girls in the dorm those previous 20 snacks. Daily quests are important as you will get a lot of needed resources just from doing normal everyday stuff. Your main quests will be things like clear this mission, clear the next mission, very typical. Your side quests are going to be your more challenging quests, aka clear this stage with 3 stars. Weekly missions will be the missions that net you the best rewards, but will take a bit of time to do. Oftentimes you will need to clear a set number of daily quests throughout the week, so make sure you're logging in and getting those done. For newer captains, it might be tough to do some of these, but as you grow, they will get easier and easier to complete. The build tab. This is your gacha. This is the tab that you are going to go to and despair. But it's not that bad, actually. The gacha in this game is interesting and one that I haven't seen in other games I've played. You have 3 options to choose from here too, which is kind of cool. Your light ships will cost 1 wisdom cube and 600 coins per ship that you want to build. These are a little cheaper and if built will fulfill a daily quest that gives back the resources that you use, so you can essentially get 1 free light ship per day via the daily quests. Both heavy and special ships are going to require 2 wisdom cubes and 1500 coins. First, let's look at the rate ups, and they're actually not a lie in this game. For light ships, you are looking at a rate up of 55% for commons, 26% for rares, 12% for elites, and 7% for super rares. 7% is very good. It's just so good, so touching. For heavy and special ships, while the cost is a bit higher, the gacha rates are better too. 30% for commons, 51% for rares, 12% for elites, and 7% for those super rares. So you will be getting more rares out of these two, but you do have that extra cost. Now, I mentioned that the gacha was interesting, and it is. So when you start the ship building, it will give you a timer. Now, you can either wait out that timer or use an instant finish item. This is the quick finisher up there at the top. Now, if you hit that, you are going to use one of those up and it is going to just go, here you go. And see, we've got a rare. So for those of you that are looking for that instant gratification, well, it's going to cost you extra, but for those of you who are fine with waiting, you can oftentimes just toss some ships in to build and then wake up to some new Warship waifus. Now, one of the things that I have noticed as I've played through a bit of the game is that wisdom cubes are pretty frequently handed out. So at least at the point of the game that I am in, it is fairly free to play friendly. Now, the guild tab is going to be your, well, guild tab. Currently, I don't have one because I have no friends. So last but not least, let's go over the formation. You are going to have 2 sections, your main fleet and your vanguard fleet. The vanguard fleet will be your active frontline fleet, and the main fleet will be your support fleet. Each will have its own total power. Along the top, you will see your stats: firepower, torpedo, anti-air, aviation, and cost. The stronger the units that you bring, the more it will cost. For your front line, you will only be able to fill it with heavy cruisers, light cruisers, and destroyers. Your main fleet, however, is going to be where you will be housing your aircraft carriers, battleships, battle cruisers, monitors, and repair ships. The backline definitely has a lot more in terms of strategy. As you progress through the game, you will have multiple fleets available. It is beneficial as well to think of low-cost farming setups, as it is always nice to bring your biggest, most powerful ships, but you do have to remember that your oil is tied to fleet cost. So that was a bit of the overview of the menu. Now, there is a ton of stuff to go over in this, and I will be making videos going over each of those: equipment, battleships, stats, the combat itself. There is just so much stuff to go over. So I hope that you are as hype about this game as I am, and I hope that you stick around. In the comments, let me know what you are really liking about this game, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Take it easy. Peace.